Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today is a good day. We're installing the Corsa intake. We're gonna do some dyno testing on the Diablo tune before we install that, and then some after dyno testing when we install the Corsa intake. So after we install the Corsa intake, we're gonna do more dyno testing to see the differences. Corsa's saying we could gain anywhere up to 20 horsepower with their intake. That Corsa exhaust sounds so nice on idle, but man, when you give it a little bit of gas, she's rowdy. She's rowdy. It's gonna be screaming on the dyno. If you guys haven't figured it out yet, we're out at Maple Grove Automotive LLC, Corsa dealer and installer. If you remember correctly, we did some initial pulls. We'll actually pull them up because they'll be in Chris's dyno jet. And the car had about 410 at the wheel, stock, completely stock. Since then, we installed DiabloSport's 93 Diablo tune. So we're gonna see what the difference is from that. And then we are gonna install the Corsa cold air induction, and then we're gonna do another dyno pool after that to see how much we gain with that. And then we're gonna install Sean from Hemi Fever Tuning, his tuning into the charger. And then gonna do another dyno pool, see where we're at after that. So this is gonna be DiabloSport's 93 Octane Tune. Right now, Chris, you're just getting things set up for the dyno.
Yep.
You're testing air and fuel too?
Yep, we're gonna have air fuel. We have a sniffer tube up there, of those nice big Corsa pipes.
Yeah, buddy. It's gonna get loud in here, guys. It's gonna get a little loud. Look at that torque gain. Wow. No other mods done to this car at all, performance-wise. That's pretty, I'm happy with that.
Really impressive.
Big shout out to Maple Grove Automotive LLC. Chris, thank you so much for allowing us to come in the shop to film and do this and share it with all the viewers.
Absolutely.
Make sure if you guys are local, make sure you hit him up for any type of dyno testing. He does it all. So now we're gonna install Corsa's cold air induction.
This is not Corsa, this is UPS, all right?
Yeah, UPS jacked this box all up. It was not Corsa. Make a note. We're back out with Steve. You may remember him from the Corsa exhaust install video. I've actually had this for a while. I've been waiting to come back here.
Now look, you don't want to pop these because it's probably got China air in it, and you end up getting coronavirus. So you don't want to pop these, all right?
That may be made in the U.S. You think?
You never know.
Huh? Got to be careful. You can never be too careful.
No.
No.
All right, what we got here? This would be, if I had to guess, your actual
filter?
air filter.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty pipe right there. Rubber,
Silicone
silicone,
boot
the instructions, and the sticker.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you have it, guys. Not much to it. Should be a simple and quick install, but we're actually going to do a full-blown tutorial and walk you through the whole process. And if you need any snap-on tools, he's also a fellow Mopar guy, I'm hearing.
I am.
Yeah. First, you want to check, you make sure you have all the parts that come with the kit.
So give you a little breakdown, what it looks like,
There you
all
go.
the parts.
Because you don't want to like start installing this and then find out you're missing something. Not that that would ever happen with Corsa.
Of course, let's be real
Yeah.
here. It never really would have.
We actually we skipped that one. You got to disconnect your battery. So disconnect your battery. That's what Corsa says to do. I mean, teach their own.
Not a big fan of it, but
Yeah.
I mean, if you're doing a starter and alternator or something that's battery cable to it, 100% agree with it.
They're just doing that to be overly cautious so you don't damage anything, because there is a possible risk. Intake air temperature sensor.
Yep.
Be very gentle with that.
Yeah, easier most times if you actually push in on them, then hit the button and they come right off, because there is tension against them. So if you don't push in, they'll end up not coming off that easy. Just loosen up the clamps. You don't want to scratch it.
You gotta protect the beast.
Something. So that way there, there's nothing to worry about.
So right now Steve's removing the stock box, the lid to it.
Yep. And it'll kind of fold up and out. It's just easier if you do it all in one step, because otherwise you're trying to pull stuff.
As you saw, you already loosened the hose clamps there. Throttle body to the airbox. It is, it's out. It's that simple.
That's the top half. Get rid of this.
Look how clean that is.
Get rid of this
Very clean filter.
power killer.
It is a power killer.
All right.
We're gonna let in a lot of air now, guys. 18% more airflow. Just gonna zip that bolt out. And then the rest of the air box comes out just like that. And this is very simple. Guys, I would have did this myself, but I wanted to do like a full tutorial so you guys could see it firsthand. It's difficult to put a camera up, set it, reposition it. Luckily, the guys over at Maple Grove Automotive LLC, they obliged. They were like, yeah, let's do it. You can get your Corsa products through here and have them install it. Oh, I like it. Black powder coat. I like it.
Quite nice.
Yeah. It's like a wrinkled powder almost. Steve's installing the rubber grommet for the sensor.
The air temp sensor.
Yep, into the new intake tube. Just push it in. And you want to look underneath to make sure it's completely through. Yep. Good to go.
All the way around.
Installing the intake air temperature sensor. I think it just basically is
Yeah, it just goes in that rubber grommet.
a little petroleum. It looks like it's pulling the roof over.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yep. The O-ring's gonna be going anyway.
Need to remove it. Do that. So we popped the O-ring, guys. It doesn't really stay in the directions to do that, but I mean, it's a tight fit, as you can see. Not really gonna have any air leakage right
No,
there.
not at all.
Just when you're installing that, make sure you're very careful with the other end that you don't get any crap on that. It's very
that right
sensitive.
there.
Yep.
Like you see, it's in the center is where it should be, so it's actually catching it all.
Install the adapter to the heat shield. You use a flat washer and a lock washer and the bolt to install this adapter to the heat shield. It actually screws into the adapter. And get that started. There's 3 of them, and then get them all tightened down.
You already have the catch can on there?
Oh yeah, buddy. Gotta protect.
Was that part of it? Did you just do that, Steve?
I did.
No, that was done. I saw that video actually. That was done something
Hey,
else.
he's watching the channel. Thanks, Steve. Right now, Steve's pulling the vinyl. It's like the protective vinyl that goes around the heat shield. Might actually seal a little bit,
Yeah, it
maybe.
might seal a little bit, and this is metal, so where you bolt it, you don't want to get a tinny rattle sound. It will actually eat up any vibration.
We don't need any of that. But when you get to the corners, you can actually put a stress relief cut in the corners.
This is probably where the relief cut's going to come in
Yep.
to make that corner.
There you go.
Stuff definitely fits tight.
Tight's a good thing.
Yep. Tight stays in place.
Yep.
There we go.
A little longer one, right?
Yep, the medium one.
The medium-sized one's going to go on that side. I'll show you how that's oriented. Get some on there.
All right, so that one's there. So basically, the long one's going to hit the long flat surface to where it curves down above the filter adapter. So it's square there. So we're going to go right there on the edge.
So right now, Steve's installing the shortest piece. That's perfect.
All right.
So that's what it looks like, guys. Just pan over it real quick. There you go. Factory 10mm bolt right there. You're gonna have to remove that. Little L bracket there, guys. You're gonna have to install that first prior to putting the heat shield down. That actually mounts into the heat shield.
So it is the same little bolt, lock washer and flat washer, and then it comes with a little nut. So they give you this bolt, which you do not reuse the factory, and the spacers go on the backside here. You do have to use the washer because the hole is so big, the bolt will go right through it. What we did notice on this is more of a car issue than a Corsa issue. The hole that you took out doesn't line up with the hole that it actually threads into.
It's a body bolt.
Yeah, so I got a rag and a small pry bar so I could just push up on the fender just enough to get this thing down in there and get it started.
Good.
All right, so that's in there.
You
Like
might
I
run
said,
into that.
I pushed up right here, prying on this, so move the actual hole up to hit the threads. So the bolt you removed originally that held the airbox in, you're going to reuse. There's a very long bolt, but there's nothing down there for it to hit anyway, so. Snug this up. Sliding the hump hose onto the filler adapter, the oil filler adapter. Put the reducer on, you have to make sure it's on the side where the connector is for the air temp sensor, and the hump hose is towards the air filter.
Yep.
Trust me, that makes a difference.
It makes a difference. It's not gonna line up right, guys, if you don't do that. So mental note of where the hump tube port is located in comparison to the intake air temperature sensor. I mean, it will go in there. It's just not going to look right.
Yeah, it doesn't look as pretty.
Yeah. So if you can see, that's where the hump tube goes. The reducer.
Look at that. Lines right up.
Looks like it's supposed to be there.
Yeah. It looks so much better. We got space in there. We're good. Look, now you're actually all the way against the box too.
Yep, that's where you want to be. You want to be all the way up on your throttle body and all the way against the heat shield to the box. Make sure all your hose clamps are going in the same direction.
Yes. I actually line them up even.
Yep.
I got problems with that.
Me too. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're ever there. That ain't bad right there, right?
Coming off the end.
Well, yeah, well, the whole thing has moved. Yeah, we got a lot of boot. There we go.
Steve's just going to tighten down those clamps. He's got the hump hose hooked up. Going to put the sensor back in. We took it out, so we didn't damage it during the install. Might help if you lube up your sensor a little bit when you're trying to get it back in.
Oh man, thing's on there now.
You ain't getting it off. Oh, we got it. Oh, but you just look at that.
Get the top started, the back is rubber, so you can force it past the plastic and it'll pop right in there. Anything rubber goes together easier if it's lubed.
That went on a lot easier.
I said rubber likes to be lubed.
Well, there you have it, guys. Corsa Apex cold air induction installed. 2019
Filter
Dodge
tight,
Charger.
Clamp tight. Hose good.
Pump hose good. Sensors good. We're
everything's
ready
tight.
to go. Let's check the Mishimoto catch can, see how much oil's in there. I really haven't been driving this car. I haven't driven it pretty much all winter. Just started driving it a couple days ago again. So it shouldn't be that bad.
So it was coronavirus free because it was inside the whole time.
Yes, it was in storage. It was in the garage.
Wow.
Is it full?
It's not full, but there's some in there. Be careful getting it
Oh
out.
wow, there's
A good bit. That's
pretty decent amount in there.
Yeah, wow.
That's why catch cans are important. You don't want to be recycling that crap into your engine. Yeah, it's only like, I want to say like maybe 1,000 miles.
This is why you have a catch can. Because that's what the bottom of it
Yeah,
looks
look
like.
at that. That's disgusting.
The stuff you don't want going
No,
back in.
that's crap.
That's all kinds of gummy.
Yep, you don't want to recycle that through your intake. You don't want to do that, guys. Trust me. Mishimoto catch can. Need it. All your vehicles. Stock airbox, stock exhaust. Temperature outside is about 54 degrees. Our intake air temperature on the stock airbox, 66. It's been hovering high 60s, low 70s. Corsa cold air induction. We're about high 40s, just under 50 degrees here. Cruising, going about 40 miles per hour. And there's our intake temp, 53 degrees, but holding strong. Even when we slow down, still holding low 50s. The Corsa cold air induction is doing its job. It's getting all that cold air in, a lot more cold air in. I know, guys, I know. I pulled a fast one on you. You're gonna have to wait till the next video to actually see the dyno results from the Corsa cold air intake. One thing I want to note, guys, is that when I was doing the testing, stock and after installation, we were averaging speeds of like 40 to 45 miles per hour. We were in the low RPM range of like 2,000. It wasn't crazy. We weren't getting on it. We were putting the load on it, and we were moving, but we weren't flying. So it's consistently staying cold. I'm very impressed. And you guys, when you see the numbers are pretty impressive as well. Torque numbers and horsepower. But keep in mind, this car is tuned. We didn't put this on in its stock form. It already had DiabloSport tuning. So we actually, we did the dyno pulls with the DiabloSport tuning, and then we do it with DiabloSport in the next video with the cold air induction, and then we add Hemi Fever tuning. So don't worry, I'm not gonna make you wait too long for that. That video upload will probably be before next Friday. But I'm gonna try to I'm trying to push more content out quicker. So when the video is actually done, I'm not gonna wait till Friday to get it uploaded. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That all helps. If you're stopping by for the first time, make sure you smash, tap, do something to that subscribe button. Make sure you turn on all those notifications. Make sure you tune in to watch all the videos on the Charger, the Ram, the Jeep, the JP Shop videos. We'll probably be back out at Maple Grove, Chester County Transmissions, Dirty Diesels. We're all over the place, guys. Make sure you subscribe, watch, share, do all that. It all helps. We love you guys. We'll see you on the next upload.